Chris got distracted by the farmer's market.
They have potatoes, flowers, plums, mushrooms, apples. Very strange.
Why? It's just a farmer's market.
Right in the middle of the square.
Yeah.
One.
Probably, I bet you when the weather's better, there's more vendors. Check out this building, baby.
Very cool.
I have no idea what it is. That's a super cool old building, or at least the facade of a building. Must be like a firehouse now, or a fire station. You really see there's just really interesting buildings all over Helsinki. It really is a beautiful city. Just walking around, there's historic buildings everywhere. Some of them have little placards on them telling you what they were or what their original purpose were. Other ones don't, but the architectural design is beautiful. A lot of Art Nouveau style from like the 1920s, 1900s.
My opinion about this city is a pretty city, pretty windy city.
Well,
because I heard it's windy all the time.
Maybe, yeah.
Now it's cold.
Definitely windy when we're here.
But the prices are way higher.
Crazy, yeah.
Than other cities in Northern Europe.
All right, so we're in the Design Studio, or the Design Museum of Finland. Utopia, and that was the first display. I was actually really impressed with the Design Museum in Copenhagen. I wonder if I'll be equally impressed with this design museum. So Chris is playing with an immersive VR machine.
So cool. Maybe I go this way. Oh, I got to the church. It's a boat. What do you see?
I see you looking around in circles.
I'm flying now. Here's an airport.
It's an interesting pottery style that in the 1930s came to popularity. It's a Finnish design, and by 1950s it won 25 prizes and world design competitions.
Process means progress. Design does not concern objects alone. The design process can be applied to develop operating environments, service, and even immaterial solutions. Design is a progress leading from one stage to another, but it will occasionally return to an earlier stage to update a plan on the basis of new observation. This is the means to reach the desired goal. Once a new product has been created, the process can continue when the product technology changes or when the product is developed further. The duration of process varies. Some take hours to complete, others take days or months, while some require years. Processes are never unnecessary, for even though design is not science, the rules and laws of science apply to it. Even a poor process leads to investigating different ways of working while demonstrating what is not worth doing. Processes also involve observing and empathizing with users, opening up possibilities for future development.
The process room presents 7 different design-related processes, each with its own utopia in its own day. Nokia mobile phones are one example. Would you, grandmother, have ever believed that someday we would all have in our pockets a telephone that alone with everything else could be used for playing a game in which birds and pigs fight? Really beautiful hand-woven rugs, tapestries, monsters and dreams. Kusta Sakissa's first tapestry series is based on hypnotic hallucination. Family members shared these experiences with Sakis and found the stories fascinating and began to write them down. Really interesting, these patterns. They're not even patterns, just the design of these woven rugs. all about them. That's why I love coming to these museums. You can come and read all about them, their process, how they came up with what different materials to use, their inspirations, or you can just come and enjoy them.
Gustav Sashi has suffered from migraine since he turned 7. Using migraine as a theme for this work was a step for Sashi towards overcoming a fear associated with the condition, trying even to find beauty in it. Migraines are a partially hereditary neurological disorder resulting in strong repetitive headaches, sometimes leading to partial disability. Only a third of the people with migraine headaches experience sensory, visual, or motor disturbance called auras. Visual auras usually come in the form of the flashing zigzag lines, graying over the visual field, scotoma, or objects distortion. These are attributes to neural activities in the area of the brain that is responsible for processing visual informations.
So we just finished here at the Design Museum in Helsinki. I really enjoyed the exhibition on the top floor, the woven tapestries by the artist Saksi. It was interesting. I loved his work. And that's the funny part. Like we went to 2 art museums yesterday and neither one of us really liked anything in them. But this one I liked at the Design Museum.
I like it, and I like his story too. He was sick since he was 7 years old, so that makes him a good artist.
Yeah, I don't know if it made him a good artist, but
aura vision.
Yeah, he uses his inspiration in a lot of ways. And now we're gonna go check out one more art museum, but Chris saw this beautiful cathedral across the street, so we're gonna go look at that. Because you can't miss something if you see it. You don't have to stick to your plans. Sometimes half the fun of traveling is just wandering around these cities.
St. John.
The Church of St. John. You think it's open? Let's go find out.
In the late 19th century, St. George's Church, Helsinki, was built on the hill in what were then the outskirts of the city. Church building was completed in 1891. St. George Church was originally called the New Church as it was built to accommodate the growing population of Helsinki, when Vaka Kiro, the old church, and St. Nicholas Church, the present cathedral, proved to be too small. The new church, which was built on the hill where midsummer fire had traditionally been burned, was dedicated to St. George the Baptist. The St. George Church was built as a basilica with a central nave and 2 aisles. It is Finland's largest stone church and originally seated 3,000 people.
And the last art museum we're going to go visit for the day is Ateneum Art Museum. It's about a 15-minute walk away, and now that the sun's coming out, I don't mind walking. It might be cold and windy, but at least the sun finally came out. So we finally found a gas station here, 95 octane, $1.97 a liter per euro. Sorry, 191 euros per liter. So
everything in Finland is expensive.
That's like $7.50 a gallon, 750 euro a gallon, $8 a gallon, eight and a quarter, something like that. Whee! Finland is expensive. There is no doubt about that. What's the name? The first art display here. It's more like a traditional classic art museum. Let's see if we can find a painting that speaks to us. This painting depicts a classic Finnish fairy tale. Also a beautiful building, besides all the beautiful paintings and artworks and sculptures. The building itself is a piece of art. Yeah, really beautiful building. This is interesting. There are little thumbnail pictures of a lot of the paintings in here, starting in the 1800s, the 1870s, and how they've changed and flowed through time. 1890. 1940. Interesting, the middle window doesn't say what time it is. These are from the 1960s. Onward to the 2000s. So we just got done checking out Ateneum Art Museum. It was really nice, more like a classical art museum.
It's an old artist who painted all the pictures.
A lot of stuff from the 1800s, 1900s. A lot of Finnish artists. Everything in there was by a Finnish artist, I believe. Not everything, but most. Since we were close, we decided to go to the main train station before we come back in a couple hours to take the night train.
Santa Claus village.
We just wanted to get the lay of the land before we're hauling around a bunch of bags, running around like chicken without heads, trying to find our way through. Well, they got this nice big board up, so it's easy to find your train. Of course, ours isn't quite up there yet. Ours is at 7:45 tonight, and the last one they have up there is 7:35. Oh, we're in the train station in Sunbury, so we decided to try Hesburger. We've seen 3 or 4 of them around Helsinki, and it sort of looks like a rip-off of McDonald's. Yeah, that sort of looks like a Big Mac, huh?
It looks like a Big Mac.
Ooh, even to the point where it's not stacked up straight.
Have any napkins? How does yours look like? It does not taste like Big Mac.
And what does it taste like?
A burger, but with European ketchup.
Yeah. And mayonnaise better?
Yeah, you try. So we are on the train station.
We are, and we are ready to go.
And we are ready to go to Rovaniemi. But the train is coming. It's supposed to be our train. And it said nothing about Rovaniemi.
Yeah, because it only gives you the end of the line, not where you're getting off.
The end of the line, which is Tamarosko, whatever. So 1945, we take that one.
Is the time, so look at your train number and the time of your train to find your platform number.
So the train, it's like 12 hours, and we got the sleeping, right?
A private sleeping car. So one thing that was hard for me to figure out is you book the sleeping cars by the whole car. So you don't put You don't need to book for 2 people, you just book 1 private car.
Look how cute it is. This train right here, the chairs is facing the window. I never saw a train like that. Anyways, we are going to our car. We are like 45 minutes ahead of time, like usually.
We're early.
We're always early. And we're excited to take the Santa's train. We are going on the train and I'm so excited.
Me too.
Because I wanted to go to Rovaniemi, I want to go to Lapland, I want a Santa's Claus village. So we have 201 and this mall. And we have a bed. And they give us the water and the little chair. Let me see the bathroom. Here's the bathroom. Here's me, and that is you can take a shower.
This is the private cabin, sleeper cabin, and you have a toilet, and you pull down on this knob, and give it a little pull, and it turns into your shower after it locks. There's your water control, even comes with a little bit of soap. Sort of cool. We're actually really cool.
It is really cool.
It's really cool.
For so small, we left it. We left it.
We left already?
We left already, and I see some lights. So here I have a light. I have a plug-in charger. So cool. They tell me the time. I have a space where I have the waters. That's cool. Here is another space where I have my luggage, but these big ones doesn't fit because we have too much luggage. So well, we're going to the restaurant now.
So the downstairs sleeping cabins, you have 2 beds again, but you don't have a full shower. You just have a sink and some room for toiletries, and then you have a shower room key or a toilet room key. So I'm glad I booked the private one with our own bathrooms, and it wasn't that much. It was, I think, $200.
So I'm guessing it's part of the downstairs too, just.
Yeah, the downstairs you just have a sink to clean up.
It's smaller.
Wash your
too.
face. Yeah, they're a little bit smaller.
So we got to the restaurant and they have sandwiches.
Some grab and go, and then there's a big menu up here.
That's for the breakfast.
Oh, and it's in English here too. So meatballs and mashed potatoes, big portion. Probably slice of pizza with salad for €8. What else do we got? Caesar salad and chicken. Let's see if I can figure this out. So €8 for a beer or a cider. And I guess these are wines. Like
Pinot Noir Brut is €15.
15. For breakfast for €9, you can get coffee, like a continental breakfast. Coffee, a croissant, and then like yogurt or a pastry or juice.